They do gorge on their food as well. Gorge on their food. They have such small toys, tires, small balls to enrich them and stimulate their minds. Even though they can snap down trees and create paths toward water holes, which allows other animals to get addicts. So the addicts is that they use their horns and their thick skulls. Now they're named the white, they're known as leucistic, meaning they produce no melanin temperature as well. Now their horns are about 7 to 8 feet in the air, 7 to 8 feet in the air. Now when they want to... Alright. And then now we're heading to America. Girls on your left is a llama from South America. They carry up to 100 pounds. They also split 20 feet forward. They split 20 feet forward. I don't lie, I was 5 years old one time. I was in the country. Now you may see one that's purely white, right? They're known as leucistic, meaning they produce no melanin. But back to your right side is the American bison. The American bison, 35 miles per hour. They're like moving tanks. Or a truck coming at you. Now they have horns, some calves on their right side, some calves, baby or small bison calves. Now they use their horns and their thick skulls to bash into one another to assert dominance or to protect their territory and young. Now when marking their territory, they use their urine to spray on trees. They use their urine. They're also showing off their harem of rhea birds, small harem of rhea. Now each harem contains about 1 male and 4 to 5 females. 1 male and 4 to 5. Now, back past those bushes on your far left was a clutch of about 30 eggs. Not 50 years old. They're about 50 years old. The trunk has about 40,000 muscles in their trunk. 40,000. They use their trunk to either pick up a small point or pick up a tree trunk, making it very precise and also very strong. They're also a keystone species, meaning they're very important for their environment. What they'll do is they'll knock down trees and create paths toward water holes, which allows other animals to get towards water. But their memory is also very good as well. They can find a watering hole they've seen only one time, 20 years ago, 20 months ago, working like a hand and a nose as well. It's an elongation of their lip, of their upper lip. They can use their trunk to pick up dirt and put it on their back as a natural sunscreen or insect repellent, or to suck up water and spray on their back, cool themselves down, or spray it in the river. Alright. And then let's get going. If you see the small brown ones, those are the young ones. Those are the small ones. Now they may have horns, but they're not true horns. They're made of keratin, the same material as your fingernail or your hair. What they'll do is they actually shape their horns in their environment, making them as long, as strong, as sharp, or as short as they want. Now their name, the white rhino, was actually a mistranslation for the word wide. They have wide lips which they use to graze on grass. They weigh about 4,000 to 6,000 pounds. And they're also severely bred. They're also the biggest species of rhino and the only one now listed as endangered as well. Oh, so when these guys get scared or excited, they secrete an oil that makes them waterproof. It makes them completely waterproof. But also stinks very bad as well. It's very pungent. But that stink also attracts mates as well. The ellipsis water bugs. Now, just like the zebras and the Asian water buffalo, they rely solely on water. They'll run in the water to deter away their enemies. Alright. And then also on the right side, you have the white-bearded gnu. And these guys participate in the Great Migration. So once a year, they'll travel across the whole continent of Africa, looking for new land, new pasture, alongside a million other animals. And past that is the Biza orcs. The Biza orcs, a marvelous creature. They go up about 2 weeks to a month. 2 weeks to about a month with no water, relying solely on their kidneys. Their kidneys help retain water, but they also rely on the vegetation they eat as well. Alright. They can also raise their temperature to about 116 degrees to reduce sweating. On your bottom right side, you'll be seeing 2 juvenile ostriches. 2 juvenile ostriches. Now, usually you can tell their gender, but they're too young to tell. No, babies forward that just travel across and walk around wherever they want to go. They were brought to America as a game species though. Alright, anyways, past those is the African bongo, the ghost of the forest. He goes to the forest. Now they're known as that due to how hard they are to find in the wild. In fact, they're so hard to find, the only things we know about them is they're actually quite skittish and quite shy. Now you may believe they use a white stripe for camouflage, right? But it's believed they use it to find one another in the wild. Because they're so hard to find. The African bongo. Alright. Now we have the reticulated giraffe. The reticulated giraffe. Once again, these guys aren't very friendly. They might come up and lick you. Do not touch them back. Do not touch them back. Alright. Now, fully grown, they can get about 18 feet tall, fully grown. About 18 feet tall. They also have about 7 vertebrae in their neck. 7 vertebrae, the same amount as humans. If you look closely at how they walk, they do the parallel gait. The parallel gait. They walk both right legs and both left legs and both right and both legs and so on. Standing up as well. They give birth standing up, which is quite insane because their legs alone are about 6 feet and 6 feet long legs. So when they do give birth, they drop 6 feet on the ground, like that. Alright. Small calf right there. Now, Google Giraffe is also called a tower. It's called a tower. Now, in about the past 30 years, they went through a silent extinction. The silent extinction is when they lost about 52% of their population in the past 30 years. Actually, only one of those in Africa is a sign of prosperity. Coming on your left side is 2 female and 1 male ostrich, or brownish gray. Alright. They're also the best runners in the world. They run about 31 miles per hour in a short sprint or 31 long distance. They weigh about 300 pounds and is the heaviest bird in the world. We found the Atlas Mountains, they're amazing climbers. You can also tell their gender either based on their horns or their fur. Their horns or their fur. If they have a thicker horn or a thicker, shaggier fur, then it's a male. Thinner, it's a female. If you look, oh, another male on the right, left side, excuse me. If you look quickly to the right side, you'll be seeing a herd of an addax, black bucket addax. So the addax is the big antelope with the marshmallow coloring. It's kind of white. So there's only about 40 to 50 left in the wild. Let's check in 2016. And then the small one is the black buck, one of the most athletic antelopes in the world. They can run about 50 miles per hour, but also jump 6.5 feet in the air as well. On both sides of the trunk is the white, their cousin was the white bearded mule. So the white-tailed mule is a nomadic species, meaning they do not travel across the continent of Africa like their cousin. But their horns also go forward, not sideways like their cousin as well. Forward, not sideways. You have some more oodad on your left side, more oodad. Alright. And also on your left side, you have the sabled antelope. The sabled antelope, one of the fiercest antelope over your shoulder. They're also known as the hippopotami, meaning the horse-like antelope. Now, when they're first born, they're born a tannish or orange coloring, but get darker as they age. When fully matured, they're known as bulls. And then down here, the male ostrich, male ostrich. About 300. Now, a pack of lions is called a pride. These are all female pride of lions. The males have something called a mane. The mane is a thick coating of fur around their necks and head. It defends them from attacks to their neck in general. And the females actually do the foraging for food as well. But only 25% of the time they'll actually land. So they do gorge on their food as well. They have such small hearts compared to their body. They sleep about 15 to 20 hours per day. 15 to 20 hours per day sleep. Completely swept out. And due to their small hearts, they're also ambushers. Like the wait and pounce. They wait and pounce. They have no endurance and no stamina. Alright. They also live to be about 10 to 12 years old. And in fact, a lion's roar can be heard about. Alright. Now we do have about 3 bear cubs in this section. We have 3 bear cubs. We have 2 this size and then 1. But as they age, they slowly lose their ability to climb. They get too big and too old to climb trees. They weigh about 500 pounds.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Pounds.
There's 2 of them.
In fact, you can probably scare off a black bear by making yourself look bigger and intimidating. Something like that. You can scream a little bit. Alright.
How much do bears weigh?
500 pounds. About 500. Learn how to be a bear. Alright.
Nap time.
How many hours do they sleep a day?
As many as they want.
I know the bear cubs sleep most of the whole day, only having about 15 minutes per day. Like, play around. A small bear cub on the left side. All right. He was slumped out and rolled over on the grass. That's all you heard. All right. And then now we're heading back into Africa. What's up, guys? America has a game species from Europe and Asia. The white spots in their back, they keep throughout their whole lives. Now, they did just grow their antlers, too. The antlers grow, fall off, grow, fall off. And they grow a thin layer of skin called velvet on their antlers. All right, coming up on the right side, you can see the red-egg holy cattle. Now, their horns may look big and heavy, but they're actually quite tall to help circulate blood flow, which also regulates temperature as well. Now, their horns are about, 5 feet long, 5 feet, or maybe about 6. And then past those is the common eland, one of the large miles per hour, 25 miles per hour. But it can also jump 7 to 8 feet in the air, Now, when they want to assert dominance, what they'll do is they'll click their front knees together, and then they'll bark to alert their predator.
There we go.
And they have a large, massive muscle between their shoulder blades. That large knot is muscle from digging. You get all that from digging. And then a small bear comes up a tree. Just like the black bear, they're born blind and deaf and spend about 2 to 3 years with their mama bear. Now, unlike the black bear, they have flat paws for digging. They have flat paws, veggies, and they also eat meat as well. They weigh about 900 pounds and mostly prefer a protein-based diet. In fact, alongside the ground, we have protein pelts for you to munch on, get all the protein they need. All right.
Bears.
They look like teddy bears, right? Teddy bear was actually named after the omnivores, they eat just about anything. Fruits, veggies, and meat.
You guys give them honey?
What's that? Money?
Honey.
Honey? Not that I know of. I think Yogi Bear is down here to the left. Now in that pond, we do have toys, tires, small balls for enrich them and stimulate their minds. Even though they have their snout, they have a long snout. They're amazing smellers. Plus a heart-shaped head too. All right. They do weigh about 800 to black bear, 800 pounds heavier.
Oh, that's a good one right there.
Oh, Stan walked away from the camera. Anyways, on the left side we have Stan the bear, Stan the man, and then past that is Freya. Freya is Stan's house.
Say cheese.
He was just waving earlier today. He walked away from the camera. He was right there alongside the protein and just waving. All right. Sometimes you see a pair of legs sticking out, maybe a head, and that would be her Joey. And they can hop about 20 feet forward and 10 feet high. 20 feet forward and 10 feet high. When they keep that momentum, they go about 50 miles per hour. 50 miles per hour. On your left side, Mr. Tight. Meaning they're large, flightless, get fast birds. Large, flightless, get fast. That's called duckweed. It's a plant on their face about their counterweight. But they also use their tail to stand back on when standing still. Sitting on the right side. And the kangaroo has fused hip bones, meaning they can't move their legs. The third and final rat type. And they're also the only birds in the world that have calf muscles, making them great swimmers. But they can also jump about 7 feet in the air. 7 feet in the air. Now, just if you look closely at the right patch behind your ears as well, it's called their false eye. So if they were drinking water or maybe sleeping, it would be their ambushing deterrent. Their second pair of eyes behind their head. Alright. The tiger is a solitary animal, meaning it spends all its time either with one other tiger or by itself. Alright. And your pattern is also unique to their own as an individual, just like your fingerprint is unique to you. What's up?
How much do tigers eat?
How much do they eat?
Yeah. Like pounds?
No kidding experience. You get breakfast, lunch, and dinner, massage, spa. I believe there's a sauna. Hey, how we doing? You get access to all 3 parks, Hurricane Harbor, theme park, and a VIP tour of the safari as well as the wardens who take care of the animals. But the real big seller is you can feed the giraffes off the balcony right here. You can feed the giraffes. You can feed sweet potatoes, yams, or different types of treats.